there's a quote from Oliver Wendell Holmes that says, "The great thing in this world is not so much where you are as in what direction you are going." What direction is your organization going? Now, a few moments ago, I happened to notice that you all were standing in very haphazard styles, and everybody was pointing in a different direction. That got me to thinking for a moment. So what I would like everybody in the room to do is to remember the direction you were pointing, and please stand back up and point in that direction. And if you look around the room once again, we're all pointing in different directions. Is that direction the direction your organization's going? First off, true north is not up. Let's be clear about that. What I did do in the last few minutes, though, was to put a compass onto the situation. And I want everybody to know that true north is right here. So would everybody please turn and point in this direction for me. Now look around the room. We're now flying in formation, and your team, your organization is focused in one direction. Thank you very much. Please take a seat. Direction is critical. Oliver Wendell Holmes said it. It's not where we are, it is in the direction we are moving. What would the world be like if everybody was exactly the same as you? Boring. There's usually one person says awesome if it was like me. The world would be boring. There's absolutely no doubt about that. There's no doubt in my mind it would be boring. So we need different people of different ways. What I'd like you to do is take a piece of paper, just a simple piece of paper that you can take some notes on. Use the back of the bio if you wish. And just draw a small vertical line 2 or 3 inches. Draw a vertical line 2 or 3 inches and put a little arrow at the top and a little arrow down at the bottom. At the top of the arrow, I want you to write the words fast-paced. Fast-paced. At the bottom of the arrow, I want you to write the words slow-paced. It is slow-paced, it is not slow. Now, I want you to think down at the bottom, slow-paced, that is basically 0. At the top, that's 100 miles an hour. Everybody with me on that? Down at the bottom is dead, on top is on drugs. That gives you an idea of where we're talking, am I right? I want you to think right now, for example, where am I on that scale right now talking? Am I about somewhere about near the top? Yeah, I'm not off the chart at the top, but I'm somewhere near the top. So I want you to think about that for a second. Think about the situations. Think about where you might happen to be. And a couple of years ago, I had a client that I had to call. I made the telephone call, and I got his voicemail. And his voicemail went kind of like this. "Hello, this is Todd Swenson. I'm either on the phone or away from my desk at the present time. Please leave me your name, your telephone number, and a brief message. And I'll return your call as soon as possible. Thank you for calling. Todd Swenson. Have a nice day." How many of you all that's driving you crazy right now? All right, I'm making the telephone call as a client. I have to make sure that I'm on the way with the client, so I got to talk to the way the client. So do I talk as fast as I'm talking right now? No. I slowed my pace down. I went like this. "Hello, Todd. This is Gregg. G-R-E-G-G. Last name Gregory. G-R-E-G-O-R-Y. I had to slow it down for him, am I right? By the way, I had to spell my name out, because when I say Gregory, most people think I stutter. So I slowed it down for him. I left a message. About 45 minutes, an hour goes by. I'm at my desk working in my office. Telephone rings. I answer the phone like this. "It's a great day. This is Gregg." The voice on the other end. "Hello, Gregg. This is Todd." I took my chair, rotated it around, leaned back in my chair, closed my eyes, and said, "Hello, Todd. How are you?" And that conversation took place over the next 45 minutes. At the end of the conversation, I asked him, I said, "Do you mind if in our conference," there were about 300 people in his conference, "do you mind if I use this as an example and talk about you in the program?" He says, "No. Why?" I said, "Well, Todd, normal circumstances, I do not speak this particularly slow, and you felt comfortable with me at this speed, correct?" He went, "Oh, yes." "What do you normally speak like?" "It's a great day. This is Gregg, and I'm excited to be here with you folks here today." He went, "Wow." Now, why is that important? We have to recognize where the other person is, am I correct? Let's face it, when I go in to talk to somebody, if I had talked to Todd the same way that I'm talking to you all right now, I would have lost him, am I right? We have to recognize it. So what I want you to do, on that little arrow that you have on your paper, I want you to imagine down at the bottom is 0, all the way at the top is 100. I want you to rate yourself on a normal business day. Do not go in the middle. There's absolutely nobody that drives 50 miles an hour. Okay? Next thing I want you to do is I want you to put a line, a horizontal line, not next to this, not in the box. I don't want you to cross it. I just want you to put a horizontal line. On the left-hand side, write the words task-based. On the right-hand side, write the words people-based. And the same thing applies. Now, my background is in the mortgage banking industry. Years ago, I went in to talk to my closer. It was the 28th of the month. I walked in, I says, "Hey, Dot, leave." She was focused on the end of the month business. She didn't even want to talk to me. I turned around. She hurt my feelings. Did she? Well, at the time, she might have, because I didn't understand it. Behavior styles are critical in getting your team to fly in the right direction. All the way to the left are people that are very driven by the task. And all the way to the right are people that are very driven by, "Hey, how you doing? Good to see ya. Happy New Year. Whoa, party on, Garth." I mean, that's the kind of things that we get. You follow my point? We start having all of that situation. And again, if we understand where we are, where are you? Are you more on the right side or are you more on the left side? Put yourself in there, and again, not right smack dab in the middle. Now, make a cross and chart yourself. Okay? If your X or little dot where they meet would be in the upper left-hand quadrant, that means you prefer to be communicated with, bottom line, short to the point, get in, get out, thank you very much. If you're on the upper right-hand side, you like to have a little bit more fun, you're more fast-paced. "Hey, how you doing? Let's get this done. Okay, let's go." If you're on the lower right, it's hold hands, sing Kumbaya before starting work. Warm, caring, wanting people to get along. And if you're on the lower left-hand side, you're very functional, very analytical, very quality-driven. And when you're communicated with, you want to have details and factual information. That is a very simple way that within 60 to 90 seconds, you can look at a person or listen to a person on a telephone and be able to communicate more effectively with that person, delegate more effectively to that person, build a team with those people, much stronger, much faster, get them in the right direction, get everybody to collaborate, because let's face it, when you've got an IT department and you've got a sales department, how well do they get along? They don't realize the differences, and we need to get them to realize how to get along. We need to work towards that. We eliminate the stovepipes, the silos, the buckets, and somebody used a term last year with me called swim lanes. The stovepipes, silos, and buckets and swim lanes are challenges for us. We need to make sure we're working in different avenues. That is what the art of collaboration is about. When you get the art of collaboration, you start to change the culture of an organization. And the culture change does not happen overnight. The culture change takes time. And when you take the time to do it right, guys, you walk out of there with one of the best places in the world to work. One of the more exciting places. You reduce turnover. You increase morale. How many of you all would like to increase morale? How many of you all would like to decrease your turnover? These are things that happen. I sat down last week with a gentleman at lunch who's in the HR continuance business, as he puts it, and the cost factors are astronomical. You know what it costs to bring a new employee in. Let's build the team we've got to make it last a lifetime so that it's memorable for everybody. It's been my privilege, and I say thank you very much and have an awesome, awesome day. Thank you.